to your life. Most people don't suffer because life is cruel. They suffer because life feels random. They wake up, move through routine, fulfill obligation, scroll through other people's highlights, and fall asleep wondering why everything feels heavy even though nothing is technically wrong. The burnout doesn't come from effort, it comes from emptiness, from living days that don't stand for anything. Meaning is not something you stumble into, it's something you decide to create. Life will not sit you down and explain itself. It will not clarify its intentions. It will not justify its timing. It will simply keep moving whether you are intentional or not. Because if you don't give your life meaning, it will still be filled just with noise, distraction, comparison, obligation, and survival. You will be busy but not anchored, active but not on the same page, alive but not awake. Meaning begins the moment you stop asking, "What should I do?" and start asking, "What kind of a person am I becoming through what I do?" And this question changes everything. Because meaning isn't found in events, it's forged in response. Two people can experience the same loss, the same delay, the same hardship. One becomes bitter, the other becomes grounded. The difference isn't life situation, it's interpretation. Pain without meaning hardens you. Pain with meaning strengthens you. Struggle without direction drains you. Struggle with direction disciplines you. Giving meaning to your life doesn't require you to have everything figured out. It requires you to take responsibility for how you live with what you have been given. Responsibility for your time, responsibility for your energy, responsibility for your character. Most people want purpose without weight. They want significance without sacrifice. They want fulfillment without inconvenience. But meaning always asks something of you. It asks you to choose what matters and let other things fade without guilt. It asks you to tolerate discomfort for the sake of alignment. It asks you to disappoint people who benefited from your uncertainty. It asks you to live deliberately in a world that rewards distraction, and that's why meaning feels rare, because it costs focus. You give meaning to your life when you decide that your actions will match your values, even when no one is watching. When your private decisions align with your public words. When you stop negotiating with habits that quietly undo you. Meaning growth when you stop treating your days as disposal. When you stop saying, "I will start later." When you stop postponing integrity. When you stop waiting to feel ready. Clarity doesn't come before commitment. Commitment creates clarity. You don't wake up one day with purpose. You wake up one day and choose to live with intention, and purpose follows. Your work gains meaning when it becomes service, not just survival. Your relationships gain meaning when they are rooted in honesty, not convenience. Your growth gains meaning when it's driven by truth, not ego. Every suffering can become meaningful if you refuse to let it be wasted. Not every wound needs to define you, but every wound can refine you. When you extract wisdom from pain, pain loses its authority. When you decide what your past will produce instead of what it will steal, you take your power back. Giving meaning to your life also means accepting that not everything will be understood by others. Meaningful life often looks strange from the outside. They involve long seasons of quiet effort, delayed validation, and invisible discipline. And that's okay, because praise was never the goal. Clarity was. A meaningful life doesn't always look impressive. Sometimes it looks like restraint. Sometimes it looks like patience. Sometimes it looks like staying when living will be easier. Sometimes it looks like living when staying will be comfortable. Meaning asks you to be honest about what drains you and courageous about what fulfills you. It asks you to stop outsourcing your identity to trends, title, or approval, to stop borrowing definition of success that does not fit your soul, to stop living someone else's expectation and calling it purpose. Your life does not need to be loud to be meaningful. It needs to be true. A quiet life lived with integrity outweighs a loud life lived for appearance. Wisdom outlasts attention. Essence outlives popularity. When you give meaning to your life, you stop measuring yourself against others. You understand that comparison is a poor compass. You realize that no one else is living your exact situation, carrying your exact history, or walking your exact road. So you stop racing. You start building. You stop chasing moments. You start shaping character. You stop asking for sign. You start becoming one. Meaning is built in the daily choices no one celebrates. The discipline to show up, the courage to say no, the humility to learn, the patience to grow without guarantees, and over time something shifts. You wake up with less confusion, you move with less heaviness, you feel grounded even when life is uncertain. Not because everything is perfect, but because everything has direction. A life with meaning can endure hardship without collapsing. It can face uncertainty without panic. It can walk through loss without losing itself because it knows what it stands for. So give meaning to your life. Not tomorrow, not when things settle, not when clarity arrives. Give meaning now through how you speak, how you choose, how you treat people, how you treat yourself. Decide what matters, decide what doesn't, decide who you are becoming. Because life will keep moving either way. And the most tragic thing is not that life ends, it's that it passes through us without ever being lived